Hi, so my name's Alex Seropian. I'm a founder of Bungie.
Hi, I'm Hamilton Chu. I'm producer on Halo.
This is Halo. We've been working on this game for, a little over 3 years now. This is a project we started after Myth of Fallen Lords came out. And it's evolved a ton in that amount of time. It started as, it was a really small team of a couple of engineers basically working on some technology that they were going to use for an RTS game. And at some point in those early stages, they wanted to go back to some of our Bungie roots, like Marathon, and started working on what they could do with combining some of the stuff we learned on Myth with some of the action elements of a game like Marathon. And that was sort of the first part of Halo's evolution. And in the years that followed, a lot of things happened where, like recently, we got acquired by Microsoft, so we had an opportunity to refocus and move from the PC world to the console world, which is something we've been interested in doing for a long time. That's had a real profound effect on the way we think about the game and the way that we design the game, and a lot of the decisions that we've made recently. It's really given us the opportunity to focus on making the game graphically really rich and play really well. I think it's pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff we've learned along the way too with process. This is definitely the biggest team that we've ever had working on a game. It started off, like I said, really small, and it now encompasses all of Bungie.
Like Alex said, this is by far the largest team and project that Bungie's ever done. The story in Bungie games has always been a really big thing for us and something that our fans have really appreciated. So it's always a big part of everything we get into. I think we used it to a really good effect in our first level.
Yeah, speaking of effects, you see the sun coming through the trees right there?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think everybody else in their commentaries have talked about how cool that is.
But did they talk about Bernie? Because Bernie did that. Jason
Yes.
calls him the little monster. He's just a coding maniac.
It's all about having coding maniacs.
Yeah,
They're
we
really
had a
helpful.
party last week at Jason's house. Bernie showed up with his laptop and he coded the whole time.
That's part of why we like Bernie so much.
That's what makes him a little monster.
That and the food he eats. There's some more cool effects. So this is A30, a level that Marcus Leto did, our art director. It's really cool. The outside vistas in Halo, I think they're among the best that I've seen in any game.
As are the interiors that we're seeing here. These are pretty cool as well.
This one's done by Chris Barrett.
That's pretty cool because Chris didn't actually start off working on Halo. He was working on a different project.
That's true, but we're really glad he did some stuff for us, because this interior stuff and the snow outside stuff that you see later, it's all Chris, and it looks cool, and it's really different from the other stuff we've done.
It's very different.
So it really added some good variety and showed us some stuff that we could do with our engine that we didn't know before. Looks like we're running through all the weapons here. The weapons were designed by Rob McLeese.
Rob was actually one of the first people that we hired at Bungie. He's been here for 6 years. He's really into guns.
Yeah, and he just got married, which is kind of weird.
He married somebody who works here too.
Yeah.
A woman, Lorraine.
Yes, we have a woman.
She's married though.
Yes, yes. And now it looks like we're running through the characters here. Here's the Jackal. A while ago, you could shoot through his shield pretty easy, but then we made his shield really fairly impenetrable.
Yeah,
that made it really nasty.
That's a stealth lead.
Man, that
really
stealth
cool.
effect's really cool. That's Bernie again.
Yeah.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah, Bernie did a lot of the cool shaders that are in the game. This Hunter character is really cool.
He's got these spines that they'll twiddle when he's nervous. And he's got this cool neck that you can see when he dies.
He's got a real soft spot on him. You could actually kill him one shot
Yeah,
with the pistol
shot in the back. Bink.
But that's not to say he's a wuss or anything, because he
No.
could kill you real
Like
easy.
this.
Yeah. So this was sort of some of the outside stuff that Hamilton was talking about. Chris Barrett did. I was going to say, like, that's one of the cool things about Bungie is we've got this real open environment, and like we can grab somebody like Chris Barrett and Dan, who are both working on different projects, and we can sort of enlist them into Halo, and they can contribute in a really important way like this. That's really cool. Damn, snow is cool.
Yeah, maybe we should actually talk about what's going on the screen.
The story in our games have always been really important, and like when we decided to announce the game, basically we tried to tell a story with a cinematic. That's when we went to Macworld and Steve Jobs sort of unveiled Halo for the first time. That got us a lot of mileage out of that trailer that we did for that announcement.
I guess you're getting to see a lot of the vehicles here. Vehicles are a pretty fundamental part of Halo. I feel like it's what adds a lot to the whole first-person shooter experience, and it adds a lot to your combat experience.
Really makes the game unique. That's one of the things that we've tried to do in all the games that we've made. Like if you look back through our gameography, like, you know, Myth really was the first strategy game that had real 3D in it.
Yeah, something that you referred to before with the engineers and the artists working closely together. I think it's worth talking about that again. I think that's really a big part of why our stuff can look so good, is because the artists and the engineers really do talk to each other a lot, and more than that, they each understand the process that the other party is going through, and the issues that the other party is dealing with, and that really lets them do a lot. The artists understand the tools such that they can take it farther than the engineers envision it going, and the engineers understand the artist's needs so that they can come up with new tools for them to use that the artists wouldn't have suggested themselves. So a lot of the cool effects that you see here is a lot of different things working together, the shaders and the light maps and the bump maps.
Do you know we did Marathon with like 5 guys?
Is that so? Really?
Yeah.
5 guys. And is that including you? Because then it's really like